Hello everyone, we are Group 5 and we are in charge of Chapter 5, E-commerce Security and Payment System. First, I'll talk about the e-commerce security environment. Let's have a look at the scope of the problem. Cybercrime poses a significant challenge for both businesses and consumers. Despite the increasing attention being paid to cybercrime, estimating its full impact is complex due to underreporting by companies fearing customer trust lost and difficulties in quantifying financial losses. Reports suggest substantial economic repercussion, with the Center for Strategic and International Studies report indicating over $1 trillion in global costs for 2020. Cybersecurity Ventures predicts these costs could rise to nearly $11 trillion by 2025. This is a very huge amount of money. Imagine if you spend $1 million every single day, it would take you over 30,000 years to spend $11 trillion. While the overall size of cybercrime is unclear, cybercrime against e-commerce sites is growing rapidly, the amount of losses is growing, and the management of e-commerce sites must prepare for a variety of criminal assaults. Next, I will introduce you to the 6 key dimensions of e-commerce security. There are 6 key dimensions to e-commerce security: integrity, non-repudiation, authenticity, confidentiality, privacy, and availability. For the definition, first, integrity is defined as the ability to ensure that the information being displayed on a website or transmitted or received over the internet has not been altered in any way by an unauthorized party. Second, non-repudiation is the ability to ensure that the e-commerce participants do not deny, for example, repudiate their online actions. Authenticity is the ability to identify the identity of a person or entity with whom you are dealing on the internet. Fourth, confidentiality. It is the ability to ensure that messages and data are available only to those who are authorized to view them. Fifth, privacy. It is the ability to control the use of information a customer provides about himself or herself to an e-commerce merchant. Last but not least, availability. This is the ability to ensure that e-commerce site or app continues to function as intended. An important thing should be noted is that customer and merchants has different perspective on the different dimensions of e-commerce security, as you can see on this slide. Now I will talk about the tension between security and other values. Although computer security is considered necessary to protect e-commerce activity, it is not without a downside. The more security measures that are added to an e-commerce site, the more difficult it is to use and slower the site becomes, hampering ease of use. Security is purchased at the price of slowing down processors and adding significantly to data storage demands. Too much security can harm profitability, while not enough can potentially put a company out of business.
Hi there, I'm Quynh and I'm here to introduce my next part, which is identify key security threats in e-commerce environment. So as you can see, there are 3 key points of vulnerability, which are the client, the server, and the communications pipeline. And there are 20 most common and most damaging forms of security threats to e-commerce sites I'm gonna mention here. The first one is malicious code. Viruses, worms, ransomware, Trojan horses, and bot networks are a threat to a system integrity and continued operation, often changing how a system functions or altering documents created using the system. The second one is potentially unwanted programs such as adware, browser parasites, spyware. It is a kind of security threat that arises when programs are surreptitiously installed on your computer or computer network without your consent. The next one is phishing, which is any deceptive online attempt by a third party to obtain confidential information for financial gain. Coming up is hacking, cyber vandalism, and hacktivism, which is intentionally disrupting, defacing, or even destroying a site. The next security threats are data breaches, the loss of control over corporate information, including the personal information of customers and employees to outsiders. Coming up is credit card fraud or theft, one of the most feared occurrences and one of the main reasons more consumers do not participate in e-commerce. The most common cause of credit card fraud is a systematic hacking and looting of a corporate server where the information on millions of credit cards purchases is stored. The next threat is identity fraud. Involves the unauthorized use of another person's personal data such as social security, driver's license, and or credit card numbers, as well as usernames and passwords for illegal financial benefits. Spoofing occurs when hackers attempt to hide their true identities or misrepresent themselves by using fake email addresses or masquerading as someone else. Phamming involves redirecting a web link to an address different from the intended one, with the site masquerading as an intended destination. Spam or junk websites, also known as link farms, are sites that promise to offer some products or service, but in fact are just collection of advertisements for other sites, some of which contain malicious code. Sniffing is a type of eavesdropping program that monitors information traveling over a network, enabling hackers to steal proprietary information from anywhere on the network, including emails, messages, company files, and confidential reports. Coming up is man-in-the-middle attack, which is an attack in which the attacker is able to intercept communications between two parties who believe they are directly communicating with one another, when in fact the attacker is controlling the communications. Denial of service and distributed denial of service attacks is when hackers flood a website with user traffic to inundate and overwhelm the network, frequently causing it to shut down and damaging a site reputation and customer relationships. Insider attacks, although the bulk of internet security efforts are focused on keeping outsiders out, the biggest threat is from employees who have access to sensitive information and procedures. Poorly designed software is also a key threat too, when the increase in complexity and size of software programs has contributed to an increase in software flaws or vulnerabilities, including SQL injection attacks and zero-day vulnerabilities that hackers can exploit. Social network security issues is malicious codes, POPs, phishing, data breaches, identity frauds, and other e-commerce security threats have all infiltrated social networks. Mobile platform security issues. The mobile platform presents an alluring target for hackers and cyber criminals and faces all the same risks as other internet devices, as well as new risks associated with wireless network security. Cloud security issues. As devices, identities, and data become more and more entwined in the cloud, safeguarding data in the cloud becomes a major concern. Internet of Things security issues. IoT raises a host of security issues that are in some way similar to existing security issues, but that are even more challenging, given the need to deal with a wider range of devices operating in a less controlled global environment and with an expanded range of attacks. And finally is metaverse security issues. Malware is also likely to be targeted at the metaverse. Participants may be subject to harassment, identity theft, and theft of the digital assets. The lack of privacy of participants and security of their personal information is also a concern.
Now let's move to the third part, technology solutions. First, we come to the definition of encryption. It's the process of transforming plain text or data into ciphertext that cannot be read by anyone other than the sender and the receiver. Encryption can provide 4 of the 6 key dimensions of e-commerce security: message integrity, non-repudiation, authentication, and confidentiality. And this has 4 characteristics: symmetric, public key cryptography using digital signatures and hash digest, and digital certificates and public key infrastructure (PKI). Now we move to securing channels of communication. Transport layer security, also known as TLS and HTTPS. TLS encrypts data exchange between clients and servers, ensuring secure sections. HTTPS signifies the use of TLS, encrypting URLs from contents and exchange cookies. However, encrypted data or merchant servers may remain unencrypted. The second one is about the virtual private network, VPNs. A VPN enables remote users to securely access a local network via the internet. It uses authentication and encryption to protect data integrity and confidentiality. Or the wireless Wi-Fi network. Early Wi-Fi networks use web encryption, which was weak and prone to hacking. WPA was introduced as a more secure alternative but also faced vulnerability. WPA2, implemented in 2004, introduced AES encryption and CCMP authentication. This part is about protecting networks, firewalls, proxy servers, and intrusion detection and prevention system. In firewalls, whether hardware or software, filter communication packets based on security policies, allowing or blocking traffic accordingly. They prevent unauthorized access by scrutinizing attributes like IP addresses, ports, and packet types. Firewalls employ 2 main methods: packet filters and application gateways. In proxy servers are software servers, often a dedicated computer acting as a protective barrier for organizations. Some proxies also function as firewalls. Proxies restrict access to specific types of sites and improve web performance by caching frequently requested pages. And an intrusion detection system, IDS, monitors network traffic for suspicious patterns or pre-configured rules indicating an attack. IPS can terminate sections, reset connections, block traffic from suspicious IP addresses, or adjust firewall and root security setting. Next is about protecting servers and clients. Operating system and application software security enhancement. Regularly updating operating system Microsoft Apple is crucial to patch vulnerabilities. These updates are automatic and prompt users to download security patches for free. Or installing antivirus software from providers like Malwarebytes, McAfee, or Norton Antivirus is a simple and cost-effective way to protect against threats. These programs identify and remove common types of malicious code, both incoming and already present on a computer.
Now, let's let's talk about management policies, business procedures, and public laws. Firstly, the management policy. In order to minimize security threats, e-commerce firms must develop a coherent corporate policies that takes into account the natures of risk, the information assets that need protecting, the procedures and technology required to address the risk, as well as implementations and auditing mechanisms. Public laws and active enforcement of cybercrime statutes also are required to both raise the cost of illegal behavior on the internet and guard against corporate abusive information. About the role of laws and public policy, e-commerce public policy had involved a largely unregulated internet to requiring robust legal frameworks. This mirrors financial markets development and is crucial for e-commerce global functioning. Despite cyber attacks, most corporates are prosecuted due to increased law enforcement and new cybercrime laws in 1995. Here are the key steps in developing a security plan. Performing a risk assessment, an assessment of the risk and points of vulnerability. Develop a security policy, a set of statements prioritizing the information risk, identifying acceptable risk targets, and identifying the mechanisms for achieving these targets. Create an implementation plan, a plan that determines how you will translate the levels of acceptable risk into a set of tools, technologies, policies, and procedures. Create a security team, the individuals who will be responsible for ongoing maintenance, audits, and improvements. Perform periodic security audits, routine reviews of asset logs, and any unusual patterns of activity.
Let's move to e-commerce payment system overview. First, we will explore the evolution and key trends in 2022 to 2023. First of all is the evolution of e-commerce payment system. There's a traditional payment method like cash, card, and account have adapted in online platforms. However, they come with certain limitations such as security risk and high scores. Another one is emerging technologies, particularly mobile platforms have driven the development of new and more efficient payment systems. About key trends in 2022, US online payments surpassed $1 trillion, largely driven by COVID-19 pandemic, which accelerated the shift to online shopping. There has been a significant surge in mobile retail and payment adoption, highlighting the growing importance of mobile platforms in e-commerce. For example, PayPal continues to be a leading alternative payment method, favored for its ease of use and widespread acceptance. There are also major tech companies like Apple, Google, and Samsung have expanded their reach in mobile payments, introducing the innovative features and service. The payment landscape is converging with banks entering the mobile wallet market and companies like Apple introducing their own credit cards. Mobile peer-to-peer payment systems such as Pham and Zelle have gained substantial popularity, making it easier for individuals to transfer money to one another. Buy now, pay later service, which allow consumers to make purchases and pay for them in installments, have seen significant growth. About interest in cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, has surged despite ongoing security concerns, highlighting the evolving nature of digital currency. Another part in online payment system is mobile payments, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. First, we will explore the mobile payment system. In our global, the mobile payment system have experienced rapid growth globally, especially in regions like Asia, Europe, and the United States. This trend underscores the increasing reliance on mobile devices for various financial transactions. There are several types of mobile wallet apps. First is universal proximity wallets. Apps like Apple Pay and Google Pay are designed for broad use across various merchants and platforms. The second one is branded store wallets, specific to certain retailers. Examples include Huawei Pay and Starbucks Pay, which offer tailored payment solutions within the ecosystem. The third one is peer-to-peer payment apps like Venom or Zilli, which is facilitating easy money transfer between individuals, enhancing convenience and speed. About the technologies, we will include two parts. First is NCF, Near Field Communication. This technology is widely used in mobile payments, allowing for quick and secure transaction by simply tapping a device near a payment terminal. The second one is QR codes, which are very popular and often used in branded store wallets, enabling customers to scan code to complete transaction efficiency. Let's explore about the blockchain and cryptocurrency. First, about the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is revolutionizing transaction processing and data verification. Its decentralized nature offers significant benefits, including reduced costs and enhanced security. About cryptocurrency, it's like Bitcoin provide a decentralized control and fast transfer, offering an alternative to traditional currency. However, they come with challenges such as price volatility, security concerns, and environmental impact. The last part is market dynamics. There is growing global acceptance and regulation for cryptocurrency. Bitcoin remains dominant, but there is a notable rise in alternative cryptocurrency and stablecoins, reflecting the dynamic and evolving nature of cryptocurrency market.